Inside Tennessee.
Good morning and welcome to Inside Tennessee. I'm your moderator, John North. John Becker is on vacation. One of the longest serving elected officials in Knox County is stepping down, and chances are you may not know much about him. Mark Stevens has been the district public defender in Knox County nearly 30 years, representing hundreds, if not thousands, of indigent clients through the years. In fact, he started the office and he's overseen its progress ever since. Mark, we welcome you. We'll be talking about that. But first, before we do that, I want to shift over and introduce our panelists, our regular panelists. On the far right is Don Bosch. He is a lawyer and a Democrat.
Good morning, John.
Good morning to you, sir. And sitting to his left is Susan Richardson Williams, our dear friend, who is a Republican and a public relations consultant. How are you?
Good morning, John North.
Good morning. Good morning. Mark, the fact is that some people in Knox County simply cannot afford an attorney if they are accused of a crime, and that's where you come in, and that's where you have been stepping in for, as I said, almost 30 years. Back in 1990, the office was created to formally take care of indigent people, and you have basically shepherded it along. You know,
we're the youngest public defender office in the state.
Are you really? Seriously?
Right.
Well,
right. We went to a statewide system in 1989.
Right.
Knox County opted out. And so in 1990, we changed our minds, and we came in with the youngest public defender office.
I didn't know that.
In the state. Right.
You've grown this. It's your baby. Talk a little bit about what the office does and sort of what you're most pleased with in watching it evolve.
Well, the office represents anyone who's charged with a crime who has liberty interests at stake. In other words, they're at risk of going to jail and they can't afford a lawyer. So that's when our office, by statute, becomes the default appointment. Of course, if we have a conflict or there's some reason that we're excluded, the private bar steps in and there are local lawyers who are willing to take those appointments. In terms of accomplishments, I think I'm most proud of the holistic representation model that we have at the office. That model says basically lawyers are there to provide the highest quality legal representation we can provide, but we also have social workers on staff because we believe criminal activity is usually symptomatic of other underlying dynamics that are going on in a person's life.
Like
and
economic factors being one.
Mostly associated with poverty, right. And so, you know, I can handle your shoplifting case, but if I don't handle what's motivating you to go and shoplift, then I'm going to get to handle that case next month and the month after and the month after.
Sure.
And so what we say is lawyers provide the highest quality legal representation possible. Social workers meet with the client on a regular basis for as long as it takes to try and get to those underlying dynamics and empower that client to break that cycle, whatever it is. And I think that holistic model is the model that I think public defender offices across the country should be following, and it's one that we're very, very proud of.
Is it something that your office is fairly unique in Tennessee doing, or are we seeing that elsewhere in the state as well?
No, it's probably our office is the only office in the state that's doing it right now, and a few offices across the country are doing it, but it is certainly still a small minority of offices that are able to do it. We're only able to do it because we get generous financial support from the county, and we use that county support to hire the social workers and hire the support staff that enables us to do that. Without that local money, we wouldn't be able to do it either. So,
Mark, this will be a little bit of a accolades show, I guess, where Susan and I are pretty nice to you for a change. So, John,
I'm glad we got him to come on.
I know. He was even nervous about that. But you've been a role model to so many in the bar, including myself, for so many years.
Thank you.
And what you have built over there at the Public Defender's Office is truly unique nationally, and you've been held up nationally for that model. John did you a disservice when he said 100 or maybe thousands of clients. That's a month. and that number probably has reached well into six figures through your tenure. Is that correct?
Sure.
So you have done this holistic model, as you've said, and it's a way that a lot of us have tried to practice where we have clients that with resources that can afford some of those things. How come, other than money, other offices statewide and nationally haven't adopted this model? Because your success rate is really probably a lot better than just a traditional public defender, churn the cases in and out and meet constitutional requirements.
Well, money is a factor,
Sure.
but beyond that, I left off half of it. What I'm most proud of is the holistic representation model, but we're also client-centered. Client-centered means that the lawyer looks to the client to drive the representation. So the client makes the decisions about what he or she wants to do. I advise them as best I can. I try to persuade them to see my point of view. But when the client and I are at odds, the client is in charge. I work for the client. We try to approach our representation just like Don would approach. When someone comes and hires Don knows who's boss.
Right.
And so we try to say the same thing. Our clients are the boss.
Sounds like you create investment on their part.
Buy-in,
Like,
that's
hey,
right.
it's you.
That's right. That's right. They will make their decisions. They will work harder to make their decision successful than they will work to make my decision successful. And so, Don, to get to your question, I think lawyers don't do it because in public defender offices with caseloads that they usually have, they don't really have time to form that relationship with the client that is necessary
But you have that same caseload.
Well,
Or higher.
it's just a commitment on the part of the lawyers. The lawyers 20 years ago said we're going to be holistic and we're going to be client-centered, and they live by that promise that that's the way we're going to approach every single client. We represent people. We do not handle cases, and so that's the way staff have approached their representation.
So what is the Knox County budget for your office? And is that
Well,
has it
it's really interesting.
increased?
There is a statute in Tennessee that says local government has no obligation to fund the district attorney's office. But if they choose to do that, they have to fund the public defender 75% of that amount.
Okay.
And so our county has historically been very generous to the DA's office. They have funded the DA's office well. And as a result of that, we've benefited as a result of that statute. So we get about a little over $2 million in local money. We get about $3.5 million in state money. So total budget of around $5.5 million.
And how many employees?
We have 65 right now.
Wow.
Mark probably runs the tightest ship in town of any local office.
That's a lot of employees for not a whole lot of money.
Right.
So,
And how many of those are lawyers, with JDs?
We have 27 lawyers right now. We have more county employees at that office right now than we have state employees, and we're a state office.
yeah.
It sounds like a lot of money, but you put every dollar to use. Good use.
We try.
This is probably a good time for us to take a break. Our guest this morning is Mark Stevens. He's the District Public Defender. Get yourself another cup of coffee. We're taking a break, and we'll be right back.